Good morning everybody, it is Jade from Boho Bookworm and this is a reading vlog. I have a rare day all to myself, so I've got my first cup of coffee for the day and I got some eggs on the go, boiling away. Hard-boiled eggs is my standard go-to breakfast. So I'm going to start this vlog by finishing off the Flatshare by Beth at long last. I am really enjoying it. Very out of my comfort zone being a rom-com, but I'm loving it really. So I've got about 20 pages to go until I reach the end, and then there's like 3 chapters or so of her next book, The Switch. So I'm going to sample those chapters and see what I think, see if I might be enticed to pick up another rom-com book soon. And then we're going to start a new book. But first, eggs. I'm actually going to start crying. I'm on the final chapter and Leon is about to do this really big romantic gesture for Tiffy and I'm just like, it's beautiful. My thriller loving soul is becoming quite attached to rom-coms, so it seems. Oh gosh, I'll wipe my eye. I finished it and I almost cried. Very nearly. It was beautiful. I've had my head turned, I think. I'm starting to like rom-coms now. Like I'm literally craving them in my life, which is really bizarre. What I really liked about it was all the characters. They weren't perfect. They all had flaws. The things that they thought were, you know, not the best of thoughts at times. They all had sides to them which weren't great. And I like that. There was a realness to the characters that was just lovely. Like Leon with his kind of like really big bitterness towards his mother who had abusive relationships her whole life, and comparing that to Tiffy because Tiffy's ex-boyfriend is obviously extremely psychotic, and you know sometimes Tiffy has these thoughts where she's just like not the best version of herself, and I like that portrayal because it's real. No one is perfect. Overall, a really lovely, light, fluffy read that I will go more into in my August wrap-up at the end of the month. There is the little part with the first few chapters of The Switch at the back of this book, so I might give those a bit of a go while the sun is still out today. One of these days. Currently, my garden is busy getting done. One of these days I will have a garden to go and sit in with the sun, and by then it will probably be winter again and start snowing. Awesome. Back inside, that sun was glorious. So I read the first 3 chapters of The Switch, and it's got a very different feel to it than the Flatshare. I feel like she likes to write her main female characters as quite timid and quite weak individuals that have something going on really upsetting or distressing in their lives, like Tiffy in the Flatshare with her abusive ex-boyfriend and stuff like that. It was horrendous. And now this girl called Lena, she lost her sister Carla, which I'm assuming to cancer. Her mum decided to stop the treatment eventually, so Lena's really upset with the mother and stuff, and somehow with the job that she's doing she didn't take a holiday for like over a year or something, so she's now been forced to take a sabbatical from work. So this is where the whole situation is going to get into, where she's going to swap lives with her grandma or something. And the grandma, I liked her chapter actually. She's this like, I think she's like in her 70s. Her husband left her for their dancing instructor, so now she's like making a list of all the single men available around her, and she's just like having no luck. They all sound absolutely horrendous, to be fair. Yeah, it's quirky, it's funny, it's witty, and I'm enjoying it, you know, especially as I live in England and these books are all set in and around London and stuff, so I like that aspect of the book. Will I actually pick up The Switch as a physical book? Potentially. Not right now, as I don't know how much of a rom-com it would be. I think it's more like contemporary women's fiction. Who knows? But we will see. Good morning. It's the next day and I require coffee to function. But I'm gonna try because I actually physically can't get out of bed. I started That Night by Gillian McAllister, which is excellent. The writing is great, the story is gripping right off the bat. It's about this girl who is in Italy and she hits someone in the middle of the night, and she calls her sister and she's like, please help me, I don't know what to do. And the sister's gonna basically help her cover up this murder that's just happened accidentally, of course, also we think. So yeah, the premise sounds really fun and I am really enjoying it so far. I'm also, as always, listening to an audiobook, but the audiobook that I'm busy listening to is such a bore. I'm so glad I'm almost finished it. It's called The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. And this is a very unpopular opinion because I've heard so many people raving about it. And I mean, on Goodreads, it's gotten thousands of like predominantly 4 out of 5 star reviews. However, I just think that it is the slowest, most mundane, just book that I've read in a while. This is, I think her name's Hannah. Like, I'm busy reading the book now and I can't even remember the main character's name. I'm that uninvested in it. But this woman is married. She's married to this guy for about a year, and suddenly he just disappears, and there's this note that arrives that literally just says protect her, and what he's referring to is his 16-year-old daughter. And as you know, the police come and investigate things, and this guy's boss is arrested, and it turns out that they're involved in some major criminal activity and stuff. The husband is obviously on the run, or something's going on, he's tied into something that's not very good. And it's just the mystery behind that, trying to figure out who her husband really is. And the daughter holds the key to discovering who he really is, but she can't really remember anything. But yeah, I don't understand. So many people that I love on BookTube have just absolutely been enamored by this book, and I cannot get into it whatsoever. There is a book that I am about to start, which I'm very excited for. As soon as I finish this audiobook, I'm going on to this book that apparently it was a book that went viral on TikTok. It's called The Arrangement by Kiersten Modglin. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's like 6 a.m. and I'm tired, but this sounds epic. It is literally so hyped up right now. Plus, it sounds right up my street. This is about a marriage that is crumbling, so they decide to each go on a date once a week to try and repair their marriage, you know, like kind of spice things up. But they've got certain rules, but those rules are very soon broken. And I don't know too much more than that, other than people are freaking going wild for it, so I can't wait to dive on in. I do think I'm going to end this vlog here because I'm in bed, and all I'm going to go do now is make a coffee and listen to more of The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave, which isn't that exciting. So it's nice to vlog again. I haven't vlogged properly for a while, besides like the little travel vlogs with Adam, so I haven't had much time to read, to be honest, but I need to start prioritising time for myself in the days. I hope that you all have a great day. Let me know what book you're currently reading in the comments down below. Love, guys. Bye!